Welcome, and thank you for joining us as we walk through how to submit a research and development R&D tax credit application. Whether you're an applicant or a tax professional, you can apply online through MyPath at mypath.pa.gov. Using the MyPath portal lets you submit your application electronically, receive instant confirmation, and track its status at any time. Please note that the R&D tax credit application is a logged-in feature, which means you'll need to have a user profile to get started. If you need help creating a user profile, be sure to check out our other Revenue 411 videos at revenue.pa.gov/videos. To be eligible to apply, you must have a minimum of 2 years of research and development R&D expenditures. If this is your first application, if you missed a year, or if you have amended previous filings, you are required to complete and submit the electronic REV 545A Prior Year Expenditures form separately through MyPath. Before you begin, please note that all applicants and any owners with more than 20% ownership share must pass a Pennsylvania state tax compliance check. If there are any issues, letters will be mailed to the address provided to give an opportunity to resolve them. To avoid delays or a denied application, ensure all parties are current on their Pennsylvania state taxes before applying. Customers can log into their profiles at mypath.pa.gov to see if there are any returns or payments that need to be remitted. If you have any questions, you can always send a secure message by using the Send a Message feature as a logged-in user. To get started, log into your MyPath profile and click on the More tab. From there, scroll down to the Applications panel, then click on the blue Research and Development Tax Credit Application hyperlink. You will then arrive at the introduction screen. Carefully read through this section. It contains important information about eligibility and the application process. If at any point during the application you need to go back, use the Previous button at the bottom of each page to navigate backward or select Save Draft if you need to return later. Once you are ready to continue, click Next to proceed. MyPath will now determine your eligibility. You must answer yes to all questions to proceed. If any question does not apply to you, you do not qualify for the program. If you answer yes to all, click Next to continue. On the Terms and Conditions screen, you will need to agree by checking all required boxes. Then, indicate whether you plan to sell all or a portion of your R&D tax credit after receiving the award. If you select yes, additional terms will appear. Check those boxes as well. Once complete, click Next. On this screen, you will need to provide your entity details. Fill out all the required fields, then type in your address. Before you proceed, click on the blue Verify Address button. Next, select whether your records for audit are kept at the business address. If they are not, you will have to enter the address where your records are kept and verify it. Once all entity information has been included, click Next to proceed. Now, you will provide some application details. Begin by indicating if you filed Form 6765 with the IRS. Then, indicate if you have direct wages or subcontractors as part of your research and development expenditure. If you select yes, you must check the box of what you are including. Then, please choose whether you are a first-time filer. Next, you need to determine if you are a small business. Please note, a small business is defined as a for-profit corporation, limited liability company, partnership, or proprietorship with net book value of assets totaling at the beginning or end of the taxable year, for which Pennsylvania qualified research and development expense is incurred, as reported on the balance sheet, less than $5 million. Then, enter the beginning and end of your tax year. Please note, a 52 to 53 week filer whose year ends in the first week of January is considered a calendar year filer. Once you have entered all your application details, click Next to proceed. Next, fill out the Federal Form 6765. Once complete, click Next to proceed. From here, you will need to fill out your current research and development expenditures. At least one expenditure must be entered to continue. Click any of the blue Add Expenditure links to start. Enter the project name, followed by the project address, and be sure to verify the address by clicking the blue Verify Address button. Then, input your direct wages, third-party or subcontracted labor costs, supply costs, and any computer rental costs. MyPath will automatically calculate your total Pennsylvania expenditures. Be sure to list any expenditures that were located within a Keystone Opportunity Zone, or KOZ. These costs will be subtracted to determine your qualified expenditure total. Scroll down to complete the project description section. For elimination of uncertainty, describe in detail how you addressed uncertainty during the development of a product or process improvement. Next, describe your process of experimentation. Be sure to include methods such as modeling, simulation, or systematic trial and error. Under Technological in Nature, explain how your experimental process relies on fields such as engineering, physics, chemistry, biology, or computer science. Finally, under Qualified Purpose, describe the new or improved product or process you created and highlight the resulting improvement in performance, function, reliability, or quality. Once complete, you can choose to add another expenditure or delete an existing one. Be sure to enter your expenditures total, including any non-PA expenditures. This amount should match the total qualified research expenses reported on your Federal Form 6765. Click Next to continue. On the Direct Wages screen, enter the details for Pennsylvania withholding. Please note, Pennsylvania wage supporting documents may be required upon request. You must indicate whether direct wages information is being reported under another entity. If yes, please enter the Employer Withholding Account ID and Federal ID information for which the wages are being reported. Otherwise, enter the applicant's Employer Withholding Account ID. Click Next to proceed. The next section covers third-party or subcontractor labor costs. To add a subcontractor to your application, click any of the blue Add Subcontractor hyperlinks and fill in the required fields. You can add multiple subcontractors or delete them as needed. When finished, click Next. Continue to the Prior Year Expenditures screen. Here, you will enter your prior year's expenditures. Be sure to list tax years in order from the oldest to the most recent. You are required to enter a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 4 prior years. Please note, if this is your first time applying, if you missed a prior year, or if you've made changes to a previously filed application, you must complete the electronic REV 545A Prior Year Expenditures form. This must be filed separately with MyPath using the same web logon that submitted your application. Next, proceed to the Ownership Information section. As mentioned, all applications are reviewed for both entity and ownership compliance. Any person or business with 20% or greater ownership in the applying entity must be listed in this section. To begin, click the blue Add Owner hyperlink and complete the owner's information. You may also choose to add another owner or delete an owner from the application. Once finished, click Next to continue. Continue by completing the Attachments section. Upload the following documents if applicable: a written explanation outlining differences between this year's expenditures and prior REV 545A filings. If filing as a small business, include a balance sheet showing total assets under $5 million at either the beginning or end of the year. To upload a file, click the blue Add Attachment button. Select the attachment type, enter a brief description, and choose your file from your computer. Once uploaded, click OK. When all attachments have been added, select the blue Next button to proceed. Proceed to the Signature and Verification section. Enter your officer's information and verify the address. Once complete, click Next to move forward. At this stage, you will reach the summary screen. Review all information carefully to ensure your application is accurate and complete. Once verified, click Submit. Upon submission, the confirmation screen will appear. Please remember, research and development tax credits are awarded on May 1st. Credits may be prorated based on total program funding available during the fiscal year. Be sure to save your confirmation number for your records. Reminder: if this is your first time applying, if you missed a year, or if you've changed previous filings, don't forget to complete and submit the Rev 545A Prior Year Expenditures form through the MyPath portal. Click OK to return to your MyPath summary screen. For more information on how to complete the REV 545A, please watch our Revenue 411 video.